Hi guys, we are here to hear a real story. To support us, please like and subscribe and turn on the notification. First of all, this is a real story and we changed the name of the people. When I was 3 or 4 years old, my parents divorced. I had a good life until my mother decided to go to Canada to continue her education and life. But my father objected and they separated. After that, my father was single for 2 years and I lived with my grandmother. But this situation was difficult and my father was young, so we married him. After my father got married, my grandmother was very afraid that my stepmother would bother me, and she told my father that she wanted me to live with her. But my father refused, and I lived with my father and my stepmother. It was very hard in the beginning, and I was a very naughty child. But Jennifer was very kind and tried to get closer to me day by day. Jennifer would take me to the park and buy me fruits. She took me to the park amusement to play. She loved me. After a few months, I became interested in Jennifer, and a good relationship developed between us. After a few years, Jennifer became pregnant with the help of a medicine. Everyone said that when Jennifer had a baby, she would forget me. Jennifer said, "Do not listen to anyone. You are my eldest daughter." When she was pregnant, she lost her baby and became depressed, and she went to the doctor. And after that, Jennifer wasn't like before. Time passed. When I was 20 years old, I met one of the boys next door, and I fell in love with him. Jennifer loved me, and she wouldn't let anyone understand about that. I was 22, I married Jack. Jack was 30 years old, 8 years older than me, and about the same age as Jennifer. After I got married, one day my dad called me and Jennifer was crying and she was screaming. I asked my father what happened. He answered, "Jennifer should leave this house. She was seen with her boyfriend." I could not believe it. I went to my father's house. I never knew if she betrayed my father or not. My father said she had to pack up and leave the house. I said Jennifer like my mom. I brought her to my house and I told her not to tell Jack anything. My father didn't change his mind and divorced Jennifer. But I didn't kick Jennifer out of my house because I loved her. A year later, I realized the intimacy between Jack and Jennifer. Sometimes I told myself I was wrong, but some of their actions bothered me. One day, when Jack wasn't home, I told Jennifer I wanted to visit my father. I left the house and waited for Jack to return. When Jack returned home, I opened the door half an hour later. Anxiously, I saw Jennifer wearing shorts and a bra, and holding Jack in her arms. They were shocked when they saw me. Jennifer wanted to talk, but I didn't let her, and I slapped her. And I told her I loved you like my mother. I brought you to my house. My father must have been right. Jack didn't say anything. I gathered my things. Jack begged me not to leave him, but I refused. I went to my father's house. When he saw me with my suitcases, he smiled and said, "Now believe me." I said this woman is a bitch. I was just crying. A few days later, I felt better. My father and I went to a lawyer, and now I want to get a divorce. Like this video and subscribe this channel and turn on notifications.